Good evening from Michael Guerin Hospital, where the ER department is jammed as they treat patients with a particularly nasty form of the flu. It can knock you right off your feet. It can even be deadly. And some hospitals are setting up command posts to deal with all the patients.
Just lots of sneezing, lots of lying around in bed, not feeling great.
It's that time of year, flu season.
I think it's worse than last year.
He's right. Toronto is already seeing more cases this season than the 10-year average, 244 cases versus 205. But to make matters worse, we're seeing a particularly nasty strain this year, Influenza A. It's more contagious and will make you sicker.
Influenza A is a serious disease. It is the most dangerous because people say, they use the colloquial term flu, like I got sick and I sort of felt unwell for 2 or 3 days and got better. Not influenza A. Influenza A, it comes on, hits you hard. You're usually down and out for 4 to 5, 7 days. Sometimes people get even quite delirious and family members get very concerned and worried. Those are healthy individuals.
Seniors are especially vulnerable. So far, there are 3 confirmed influenza deaths across the province, with 165 hospitalizations. And we haven't seen the peak yet. That's coming in the next week or so, just as kids and parents head back to work.
Fasten your seatbelts.
This season's outbreak is putting a strain on GTA hospitals. As we told you last night, Lakeridge Health in Oshawa has had to set up a command center with 48 additional beds to deal with a spike in patients. Other hospitals are feeling the pressure as well. Trillium's Mississauga Hospital has an influenza outbreak in 2 units on the 3rd floor, and Trillium has had to set up a command center to deal with the increased volume in ER. Michael Guerin in East York is experiencing a 10 to 15% increase in emergency room visits. Trips to Toronto General and Toronto Western are up 20% in the last 2 weeks. They say you can expect to wait up to 4 hours to see a doctor.
Is this the most challenging time of the year for any ER department?
Absolutely it is. Yeah, every year this time of year is a challenge for us.
There is a silver lining, though. Ontario's Chief Medical Officer of Health says this year's vaccine is a good match for the virus and will protect those who got it.
But still a large part of our population, especially the young adult or adult population, maybe haven't taken the time and effort to go out and get it.
Now, only 35% of us usually get our flu shots, but it's not too late. The Chief Medical Officer of Health tells me this influenza, it should be around for 3 or 4 more weeks.